Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty Rec. We've got some banger matchups tonight for you here. The first one going to be Sydney Dingoes up against the Denver Surrender. Going to be a Bronze Premade North matchup. Both these teams 4-2, locked into the playoffs, playing for seeding now. I'm CNK, joined here by Corpse and Vault HP, already kicking off, pal.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's the best duo in the house. Again, glad to be back in the booth with you again, CNK, for another week. As you said, it is very crucial that both of these teams, come out and at least win it because, again, the higher the seed, the better the playoff picture is looking for you. As Denver surrendered, already off to a 20-point lead, and we're kicking things off on a Vault Hardpoint map 1. At the start of BO6, CNK, this map tended to be like more more. I don't want to say rotational, but it was more money hills. There tended to be a lot of blowout wins. For these past 2 weeks, from what I've seen, this map has almost turned into a skyline on a lot of teams and how they play it.
Oh yeah, I mean this thing has gone into contest heavy for sure, but as we're saying that, we just saw our first team here, Denver Surrender, just get a pretty much full 30 seconds on that P1, which is actually crazy. But P2 loading up here, going to be Sydney Dingoes starting to pop on off, doing their thing, getting the kills they need, trying to lock down those spawns. They do just that. They spawn Denver out into Narnia, starting getting some P2 time. But like you were mentioning, this has turned into a lot more back and forth. You really only have 2 money hills on the map that really are like questionably money hills, these days. But things are going off to a hot start for both these teams.
Yeah, and a good job out of Denver right here. They flood through the back. Well, they flood through the middle of the map, able to cause a spawn out on this quote-unquote first money hill. It is more, I think, straight up. It's more easier to read spawns in a sense. But a little bit about these two teams, CNK. It is the battle of hard points. Map 1 is going to be a staple motivation teller on this series, because if you think about it, or I was talking to both teams before this match happened, and they said hardpoint is their best game mode. On the side of the Dingoes, they love their rotations and their callouts. That's why they excel at it. On the side of Denver, they just have pure gunny. So again, it's just going to be really fun to see how this map 1, kind of sets the tone for this series.
I mean, I can already tell Denver does have that gunning. We see a couple of these guys hitting some nice beams. Zarin here, though, trying to get something going up in this top art, just trying to stay alive, be annoying for the team. Gonna hold this P3 down, but the team is flooding on in. They get the kills they need. They pick up 4 there. Get a little car bomb TK as well, but Sydney Dingoes, they spawn back up. They get themselves back in position. Just be annoying. Keep this one contested. Not allow Denver to run away with anything, but Brother Jammer, I tell you what, he is jamming up the outside lane right now. No one really able to push on through. Denver doing a good job locking up the middle of the map. I say that. They go down 3 players. I gotta be careful for that rotation.
Yeah, number 2 though, Seymour, making sure he locks things down, and that's good on him. That's why interestingly enough, he's a local caster, so he should know the ins and outs of these maps. But a little interesting fact about this Denver team, hey, they're all from Canada. They all love doing local LAN events and stuff like that. And also, Brother Jammer, a lot of the times he does get pooped on, but that's why he runs those LAN events. He is retired, and again, this team is purely here for vibes. Ultimately, I think they have put in the work the past couple weeks, because playoffs are around the corner, and every guy has a little bit of competitive side in them. They all always want to make it to playoffs and want to make sure that they're solidly locked in there. But hey, good job out of the Dingoes to get a break early on in this P4 hill here, which again is considered that second money hill on Vault Hardpoint.
Ooh, Seymour trying to solo break here. Almost gets it done, but Solomon's gonna hold on here just temporarily. Alfie is gonna go down though. We're gonna see Denver push back in with 10 seconds remaining. Probably gonna try to get a little bit of a P1 setup going. Only down by about 8 points. Nothing too crazy on this map at the moment. Both these teams doing a great job across the board. And these guys have done a phenomenal job. Both teams have done a great job rotating and breaking hills. It's actually kind of crazy to see. This one's basically tied up going into the second full set of rotations. Denver, though, they got a full 30 seconds on the first P1. We'll see if they can do it again here with the second one on the board. Already a good chunk in, 15 seconds in their favor. Sydney has to try to make a break soon.
Yeah, and again, you said it best. They had 30 seconds last time, something you can't really let happen on a P1 hill. And we all know that pretty much every first hill on every hardpoint map is usually the contest fest. That's where you're seeing not a lot of time go either team's way, maybe 10 to 15 seconds at most. So again, the ability for them to get 30 seconds was crucial. And it's almost like Sydney is kind of playing for P2 CNK. They're just completely ignoring or not even challenging this hill as Alfie kind of setting up spawns with the help of number 5 on P2. That is the thing. Again, Helpa and Alfie, they're kind of like the rotational players. They're the ones that really, you know, anchor and prioritize spawns. But again, I just don't think you can let 25 seconds of clean time go the way of Denver.
I think they just gave up a full 55 seconds right there. I'm pretty sure. That's pretty crazy. I mean, Denver Surrender may have just got the most amount of time I've ever seen on a Vault P1. I mean, shout out to them. They get the P2 rotation as well. They don't have the spawns, but they've got the time. That's all they care about right now is they're up by quite a bit at the moment, 60 points and leading as much as they possibly can. Sydney Dingoes trying to break in front and back. They're going to get the kills they need, but they got to watch out. Denver Surrender spawning in the back of the map. Going to be awfully close to this hill. They're trying to push on up, but BO6, I tell you what, he's driving that car. He's shifting gears the best he can. He's getting some kills on the board for his team. 20 seconds remaining, though, and once again, Sydney Dingoes, we got to think about rotating here because you know Denver Surrender is going to be on that rotation as soon as possible.
Oh, looks like they're going to try and hit a late hit here. Kind of like this from Denver. Denver, keep the gas, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, and but then they back off. They did a good job of getting that mid-map control. Oh, no, I was about to say number 5 almost snuck in through, but again, Denver, I love how they're playing these maps. Again, you know, I think this is 3 out of the 4 first time of these guys have competed in the CRL, and they're taking a different approach. As Audi almost able to sneak in. They're prioritizing the hills that everybody kind of forgets about, and they're finding clean, solid time, and it's going their way, and I love it. It's kind of a breath of fresh air here.
It's kind of what we like to see, right? Because we see a lot of teams in these lower divisions do forget about that P1, P3, and on this map in particular, right? They just do a bad job making sure they're locking those down. But Sydney, they do a good job here fighting for this P3. They know they can't afford to really give up much time, and they do a good job kind of crawling right back into this game. They go down by about 40, 50 points, but really not down by much at all anymore. Only 16, nothing too crazy there. The P4 about to pop. You see Denver Surrender has that side of the map on lockdown, but Sydney Dingo is going to slowly be able to push on through if they keep getting the kills at the pace they are, up to 136 and 130. Sydney Dingo is not far behind, and Denver Surrender got to watch out, but Tunes almost popping off in the middle of the map there, barely gets taken out.
I was going to say, I like the play out of Tunes, you know, kind of just keep that mid-map presence in your favor and ultimately keep spawning Sydney farther and farther out. And I love how I love how you mentioned Sydney always seems to be crawling back. It's just like on all these money hills, they're prioritizing it. So it's kind of the tale of two ends. Denver kind of, you know, focusing on P1, P3, Sydney focusing on P2, P4. And again, as we just saw right here, the Dingoes, they just get a massive break on a money hill when it's much needed, but it's responded with Denver's own retake. And that's something we didn't see last time at the 20-second mark. It seemed like Denver kind of spawned out and gave up on this hill. They now have back spawns. They're going to get clean, solid time. They're going to go up another 60 points, I believe, in this map.
Yeah, if you're Denver here, though, I mean, you're looking pretty good, right? You know you're very good on that P1. You're great at taking mid-map control. Your submachine gun players are popping off right now.
Yeah.
But if you're Sydney Dingoes, we can't afford to give up a full 30, 40 seconds on this P1. We see them already trying to fight for it a little bit more. But Denver Surrender, they're here, right? They're already getting these kills. I like this from number 4 player Zareen, trying to flank around the back, just be annoying. So you got BO6 by himself, soloed out in the middle of the map, does try to get some damage down, is going to get taken out. But Sydney Dingoes have a little bit of a split spawn going on. Denver Surrender, though, they're here. They're ready to be able to help each other out in an instance if something goes down. They lose a couple players there, but Sydney Dingoes trying to push on in. Denver Surrender just trying to stay alive, be annoying, keep this white time.
Yeah, and honestly, Denver playing things to perfection. Execution is key. Again, a little bit about this team. Seymour's a caster, Zarin, however you want to say his name. He's an ex-coach. I think Tunes is a ex-open player before it was called Challengers. So honestly, they have the talent. These guys just want to spawn in some, you know, weekly and shoot their gunnies. And right now they're in the driver's seat with 50 points as we're heading into another hill, which again was won by the Dingoes. So a lot of these hills they are prioritizing when it's needed most. I think right now they've just gotten broken, and I think they're getting outslayed a little bit. If you look at Audi and Alfie, I think they really started out this map strong, but then they've just had a slow start in the hill.
The push coming from Denver Surrender on that
Oh.
close pool side. Got to be a little careful. I don't know how Elfie's alive, but he is. His teammates come in, they clutch up right when it's needed most. Sydney Dingoes, they lock down that back spawn as well. They've gotten some good time here, keeping this one 1-1. Like you mentioned earlier, they do a great job on these hills that they're supposed to do good on. Denver Surrender like those little bit of off hills a little bit, but they're cooking now. Tunes picking up the double kill. We see Tunes moving with this SMG all map long, up to 30 and 19 with this thing. The guy is an absolute menace, but gotta think they get some decent time here on this P2. The P3 is a kill they've done great on. Last time around, Sydney Dingoes did a good job contesting it. Maybe not a great job getting a ton of time, but a phenomenal job contesting it. They got like 20 seconds or so, got themselves right back in the game. We'll see if they can do it again here.
Yeah, and here's what's crucial. Number 6 picks up a big one on the minimap, and I love this because they told Helpa to basically turn around. He finds a big one. This is huge. They are able to move through the middle of the map. They get that player top art. They have P3 under their control, and with the kill from Helpa, again, it just makes things all the more smoother. But again, if you look at the minimap, number 3 was able to sneak in free because I don't know. I think Alfie got ripped off that damn heady, and now the collapse is in. The breakdown from the side of the Dingoes is, oh my days, what's happening? As right now, catastrophe. Well, okay.
Sydney Dingoes doing a good job here, just trying to keep themselves in this game. Only have let up 5 points or so on this P3 at the moment. Denver Surrender trying to fight this one down. They want to do what they can. They want to keep that side of the map controlled. Hard side is where this is going to rotate on over to. That P4 is going to be crucial. Sydney Dingoes, though, they get the kills they need. They need to start pushing on through. They've got the spawns. They know they've got them. The callouts come in. They start pushing towards that new hill. But Denver Surrender do pick up 2 kills in the process. Not going to help too much because Sydney are going to spawn directly in the back. This setup is going to be very important. If Denver Surrender break in, they very much so will win this game.
You fend off this first wave, you may as well call this map yours. But again, number 3 is kind of the lifeline. Leviticus trying to find something. Okay, Helpa in the back line, able to pick up 1. Your teammates are still spawning pools, so it is kind of crucial. But it's going to come down. Oh, they're going to be spawning out way out now. Oh, they spawn there. I don't know how that happens. I could have sworn they were going to spawn out. But again, 20 seconds have gone by. They've done a great job. Seymour trying to break here. And oh my days, look at this. The contest is in on a Mixie Hill. Tunes able to find the last kill. He may have read this person correctly with his nade. Finds the last one. It's only 10 more seconds till ball game.
They're going to be 10 seconds on the clock, and this is over. There's plenty of time left in the game to get it done here. Sydney Dingoes trying to push on through the back. They're getting tossed up at the moment. Denver Surrender. The spawn's on lockdown. 250 to 224 as Denver Surrender get it done.
I mean, hey, we talk about how this turns into a Skyline a little bit. That's the stat you see on Skyline. 250, 224. It's just, it was almost like both teams were kind of giving each other full 60s at the start. I mean, again, we're gonna say this. Denver somehow came away with 30, 40 seconds on P1 and P3, which are hills that are usually more white time. It's usually left to be more positional for the next hill. Play corners, play ratty. And ultimately, that's what allows those attackers to just swiftly get on to B.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if we get one of these 2 teams that just kind of runs it down and gets a lot of pressure on right away. I'm looking at you, Denver. But we'll see how that goes. We can already see Denver getting a couple players, 7 and 6. Look at them going towards that ticket booth right now. They're going to be a little annoying in the middle of the map. But Sydney Dingoes trying to push this one up towards the A outside of the map. Already top stage. Tunes going to be the impactful player here we're looking for. That big flank coming in as well from 7 and 6 on the map. We're going to be watching out for that as well. Bomb going down. Tunes has no idea. But as soon as it gets planted, it's going to get plenty of info here. First kill coming in. Big one from Audi A6 to start things out here.
Oh, Tunes able to find the first blood. That is crucial because, again, it's like you said, man. Red card with the timings is insane. And ultimately, he's just able to find it. Bomb did go down, though. 3v2 situation. Alfie, I don't know if Alfie saw that player, but he did get the nade hit. Finds the kill, but it doesn't matter. The trade is there.
Trades in, the defuse is coming in as well, and just like that, the Denver Surrender going to go up 1-0 on the map, and they're going to be looking pretty good here in this series. I mean, hey, 1-0 in the series, 1-0 on the map, pretty comfortable. I'm just kidding. It's 1 round to S&D, nothing too crazy, but starting things out on defense, which is definitely the preferred side on this map. But Sydney Dingoes there, I think they had a pretty good strategy. It just ended up not working out. They didn't really have anyone watching over the middle of the map, so Doreen and Seymour kind of had free will over the entire middle of the map. They got those flanks in, and they kind of just made a little bit of a mess of Sydney's setup. But now Denver Surrender, bomb in hand, going to make their way towards the outside of the map as well. They like this A site By the looks of it as well. We'll see if Sydney Dingoes have a little bit of a better counter this time around. I think the first kill as well. Helpa going to get a kill. Backs on out immediately. That's going to be great for the side of Sydney, keeping a player alive.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Oh, information from Helpa, my man. Don't need no help. No, not today. Not in the S&D. My man says, hey, you gonna need some help. Get a crutch for your legs, because they're gone. As now, I mean, ultimately, I was about to say this A bomb site comes down to the hedge gunfights. It comes down to the first initial wave of gunfights at these headies. And Helpa's just calling it his own. He's like, hey, when I get to my spot, this is my territory. Nobody passes. Sydney Dingoes respond with a much needed though.
Sydney Dingoes made it look very clean as well. Shout out to Helpa. I tell you what, Helpa seems like a player that would be playing in the APAC region. Not for any particular reason, of course. I'd be the at the end of the name, but just, just saying. Personally got to see a couple of those players absolutely destroy on stream once. It was a good time. But now we see
APAC?
Yeah, dude, shout out APAC. They have a fun time out there. But Sydney Dingoes, bomb in hand, taking this one slower this time around. Looks like they want the A side, but look at that big kill coming in from the side of Sydney Dingoes to get the first blood. But Brother Jammer is going to get the counter on the map. I'm pretty sure Brother Jammer was Seymour, but still, got to do what you got to do.
Bro, this is insane how these first 2 rounds have gone out. I know the kills came in quicker this round, but it's just like everybody's moving all at once. All 4 arrows on each team are trying to hit separate routes at times, and then it's almost like everybody just gets lost as now Seymour from range. My friend, you don't have the gunfight to be. You do not have the gun to be winning that.
What's happening? Oh, it's the crazy part.
I know.
He's probably like a bullet away right there.
Yeah. So. Who is that? Brother Jammer trying to find something on the bomb. Unfortunately, gets taken down. But again, as you know, this red card is very crazy, just due to because somehow everybody keeps running past each other, and then it's just like whoever's gonna have better cop driving.
I tell you what, the Sydney team, they had a little bit of a tough time in round 1, but that's back-to-back. Good defense, good offense right there. They've had 3 first bloods in a row, and there's only been 3 rounds, so tell you what, they're doing good. Help on a 5 streak as well. So, Sydney Dingoes feeling very comfortable on red card S&D right here. They know they're down 1 map in this series, but they're not worried about that one bit at the moment. Obviously, that doesn't matter. Well, these teams are locked into playoffs. Once again, we were talking about this a little bit ago. And now they're just playing for seeding in said playoffs in this Bronze Premade North division. But this bomb, once again, from Denver, going to make its way towards the outside of the map. All 4 players kind of stacking towards the far outside. Sydney Dingoes, they've got 2 players stacked over there. 1 very close by, ready to help when necessary.
Yeah, and here's
taking it slow.
Things happening. Denver. I don't know if they took too much time getting up that street, but Sydney, they had an AR on that window at B. They saw nothing, so they immediately shifted over, which is huge because Leviticus with that nade is able to find one, help a brother out, able to get another one. And again, Seymour turns around at the wrong time. It's all up to the AR at range. What can he find? As he did not shoot the bomb diffuser. So, Sydney Dingoes.
He had a plan.
3-1.
He certainly had a plan.
He had a plan.
Don't know what that plan was, but it was a plan. 3-1 lead now for Sydney Dingoes. And they're looking great. I love that defensive retake they just had right there, obviously, right? Like working together as a team, making sure all 4 players were ready to go, impactful on that retake, all at the same time, really, right? Really the big thing is the bomb goes down, immediately the grenade goes off on the site. Phenomenal play right there out of Evictus, just getting a quick early first blood for the team, right? With a grenade kill. It's a classic, right? Hey, wow, grenades work. Crazy shocker, right? But Evictus, sorry, hey. But now they've got the bomb in hand, gonna make their way towards the A side of the map here. There's only been 4 rounds, and so far Sydney has all 4 first bloods. We'll see if they can keep that streak alive here. Had to say it.
Yeah, unfortunately, CNK, the man with no camera. Look what happens when you don't have it on. It's just purely dominance.
Caster Curse is classic.
Yes, it is. But now, I love how you brought that up in S&D, the nade especially. It's so huge to see a player kind of be crucial and be paceful. As he's found. Did he not see that play? Okay, he's gonna see him now. Okay, I thought he saw the.
This is gonna really mess. This is gonna really mess with Denver right now. You don't really see Denver panicking or anything right now. I like this from Denver. You see them on the map. They're trying to just kind of clutch up here. But Brother Jammer got caught off there. Caught out just a little bit all by himself. But now it's going to be a 2v3. This number 6 player is going to have to try to get move on a little bit here. Brother Jammer with a nice kill. Gets taken down immediately. Sydney Dingoes doing a good job getting these trades on the map. Going to have to get this bomb down soon. Takes 5 seconds to plant. 7.5 to defuse. Zareen trying to just try to find something right now. 1v2 here on the retake.
Ninja it. I love it. Go for it. Send it. Send it.
Oh,
Send it. Send it, Zare. Oh.
Yeah, I think they heard him slide right there. That's the unfortunate thing about the slide in this game. Not too quiet.
Oh, and you bet your teammate is calm in that, because we all know when you're spectating, you could hear world's end, bro. It is like what is it?
Man.
The man that the shot that was the shot that was heard around the world. Everybody can hear that.
But helping now on an 8 kill streak, so should have some streaks to work with there. If they go towards the outside of the map here, things could get pretty bloody pretty quickly. So Denver here, they're going to have no idea. Help it doesn't quite have that cruise yet, because you know how kill streaks work in this game. Got to get 50 kills before you get a streak these days. But see, Denver is going to take this one slowly towards the B side of the map by the looks of it. But that number 4 player all the way pushed up does get taken down. That's going to be Audie getting first blooded. Brother Jammer, 2 first bloods in a row here for the team. Even though he didn't have the last one, it was Seymour getting 2 in a row, because both times it said it was Brother Jammer and it was Seymour both times. But they should be able to get into this B bomb site. The push coming in, they've got a couple players from Sydney to deal with. First kill coming in just like that. Dingoes has a great counter, but Seymour staying alive. Zareen actually is who it is. Tries to get some more shots up, but Elfie just doing his job. Helpa as well does secure the streak. The bomb gets planted. The defuse coming in, and Toons is on the other side of the planet.
Toons has got to go, and I don't think he's gonna have enough time here. Yeah. Unfortunately, Toons he's just watching that flank the whole time. Kind of takes himself out of the play right there, just because that bomb went down quickly, and just because of how quickly the trades also happened on that site. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do about it. It's just ultimately your teammates need to win your ones on the site if you plan on playing that.
Yeah, he definitely just needed to push up through the middle of the map a lot faster there. Try to get to be some interaction type, if possible, with his teammates. But it happens. Sometimes you're going to get caught way out like that, especially when your teammates, like you mentioned, die that quickly. But Toons pushing up very aggressively here is going to get called out. Gets a couple shots to the face. Staying alive, though. That's as I say it, though. Alfie with the first blood on a 5 streak now, up to 6-1 on the map. Sydney Dingoes are absolutely frying in this S&D, up 5-1, looking to go 6-1.
I mean, they're just getting ripped apart. I mean, no, you chow these guys on a heady. Sydney Dingoes are winning it. And again, that's just another thing about this team. They got gunnies. I think Will and Audie, those are the 2 that raw pure skill. Alpha, we've seen it this game. He's got a straight gun. And obviously the man behind the mastermind behind it all, Alfie, he's the one being the strategist. They take it 6-1. I mean, I don't know
as well.
Yeah, I don't know what's more dominant on this map, them or Kobe Bryant, but hey, let's go.
Yeah, for real, though. I mean, let's be real here. They lose round 1, right? Denver wins that one. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sydney Dingoes, Denver surrender, kicking things off. Series tied up 1-1. Sydney Dingoes on the offensive side of this protocol control. Denver doing a great job here, controlling the middle of the map, getting some nice kills on the board. And we see this already. The spawn trap kind of already activated. You see Zareen, a couple guys pushed on up here. Just being very annoying. But Sydney Dingoes fighting back themselves as well as Helpa going to kill one of those players in their spawn. Now really only Toons to deal with, pushed up into those barracks. Is the A point going to start getting captured here? We'll see if Audie and the boys can hold this one down. We're going to see Audie have the GPR 91 in hand, which is funny to see pop up, but we do have to remember it is a fairly decent weapon. But Seymour, the man I was talking about just a little bit ago, gets a couple kills right there. And just like that, nice early start here for Denver.
Do I sound better now? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn myself down, because for those that don't know, I was actually speaking through my webcam. I didn't know I was actually doing that. That's what happens when you take stuff to school for a presentation. You don't accidentally switch all your settings back. But hey, we're here. And like you said, yeah, funny to see the GPR in use. But hey, you know, throw a curveball into the mix, and it may have caught Sydney by surprise.
See, almost a 10 kill lead now for Denver. They've got this spawn on lockdown. You gotta watch out though. Helpa is gonna be on the opposing barracks right now. Just kind of gonna be a little bit annoying. Has to watch out for that. 2 kills go the way of Sydney Dingoes. 1 gonna go the way of Denver there. So this is gonna be an opportunity to get on that A point. Only 1 tick on the board on this A site at the moment. Those players are going to get taken down shortly, I can imagine. But Sydney Dingoes know they've got some desperation going on here. 6.9 seconds and a dream. Trying to hold this one down. It's contested. Kills are coming in just like that. Denver shutting them down. Not even giving them a chance. Only 2 ticks secured on the A site. One more player trying to make it. Tunes not going to let it happen. And just like that, Denver surrender. The slaying masterclass is put on today.
Yeah, honestly, that's what they do best, man. Ultimately, end goal, that's what they're going to rely on. If they start to get a little bit cold, it's going to get very bad for them. And I know S&D may not be their forte just because slower game pace, and ultimately it's just one gunfight decides your fate. So that is why you know their respawn is their forte. You know when they have the ability to kind of get into that brain rot, they're just like, all right, dope, we can just outslay and do our thing.
And I tell you what, it works great. I like it.
It does.
I like it a lot.
It does.
Win with what, like an 11-12 kill difference there. So that's actually might be impactful later on. But Sydney Dingoes now, their opportunity to be on the defensive side, get kills going. They get the first blood, which will help them open the map up just a little bit. But side of Denver surrender, if they've got a route going, it looks like they, well, maybe not too much of a route, but they got 2 players trying to push on in.
Yeah, and this is the thing about protocol. Even though if like when we talk about spawn traps and we talk about people in other people's spawns, I find it very hard if a player slips through. Yeah, stack the point. If a player slips through and he's not able to do anything, he's just useless. And a lot of times that's what happens on protocol. Control. One person, especially a sub, is able to leak through the bottom of P4 and find some timing, but then everybody is just up in your face to the point where he's not finding anything. It's like a man going fishing. He's gonna be out there 4 hours looking for something and come up empty.
I mean, it happens a lot, dude. We see players doing it all the time, but now Seymour, single man mission, trying to get something going, is going to get taken down out there. It was 12-3, so I mean, maybe not trying to get something going, but just trying to be annoying in the back spawn. But Brother Jammer just chilling on this point. No one really paying him any attention at all because they're just getting shut down. First person to make it there does get taken out, and just like that, I mean, Denver Surrender might be a protocol control team. This might be their favorite map they've ever played or something, because the pressure they're putting on this map is crazy. The subs are getting the face of these Sydney players as they spawn in. They're getting the kills they need. Tunes, it's just being Tunes right now. 12-2, sub in hand. I mean, they're spawning in, they're dying. 12 kill difference. B is already being taken. Denver Surrender are looking phenomenal right now.
Bro, they are having it to the point where it was a one-man stack, and again, Tunes and Zarin are the slayers. As Zarin is on a 7 spree, make it Tunes on a 4. Why not? The man is dropping disc albums like platinum records, and ultimately Denver, they take another round. What is going on here? This could be the fastest control I've ever seen.
I mean, sheesh. Denver Surrender. I tell you what, they came to protocol control to play. You think you got to play a protocol hardpoint right after this. If you're the side of Sydney Dingoes, maybe you're not too excited right now, but Denver Surrender, I tell you what, they are very happy. They just came off losing 1-6, losing 6 rounds in a row in the S&D to come out 2 rounds in a row on this, in this protocol control. We said offenses were very difficult on this map. Not if you're the side of Denver Surrender.
And I mean, yeah, and I know COD, at the end of the day, it's just the ability to win your ones, and they're doing that, which is shocking because S&D winning your ones is everything. But again, it's just night and day from this team. They said S&D was not their best, and that showed. And now we're in a situation where, again, Sydney, they got to work on the flip side where Zarin is in your face. The man is zooming, but good job out of Helpa to clean things up from top windows. As now we're gonna see some progress here at A. It's just been a struggle from the side of Sydney. What do you look for? What do you try and do here when you're already down 2-0 CNK?
I mean, just start stacking rounds, right? They're already doing that right now. I like what they're doing, just trying to get a little bit of mid-map control, trying to get this A point, get more time on the board. They're doing a good job. They knew they had a little bit of map control right off the bat, and they're using that to just capture A. And I love seeing this out of them. They know they're down. They know they have to capture points. They're doing just that. They've got players taking A, players taking B. They're just keeping Denver on their toes now. Because they went from being spawn trap nonstop in both rounds. Now they're just maintaining the midline right now. I say that as Seymour is going to sneak through. We'll see if Seymour can get anything going back there. He's going to get that first kill on the board. Just like that, you got to be careful now. Seymour is going to finally go down, but Sydney Dingoes, they're probably a little bit spooked from that. They're going to just regain their mid-map control and get back on the 8 point.
Yeah, and I like that. Again, you know, you pointed out Seymour. He was able to find one in the feed, but immediately gets traded. So again, you know, they kind of noticed, hey, we need more control. Helpa. Able to find 2, keeping things a little bit better here. But again, with all this progress that's happened at A for them, there's still, they haven't found anything. As now it's 20 seconds left in this round. It's a 2-man stack. As now, a late chow from the side of Denver. Brother. Okay. Ticket secured, extra minute to play with, and they're up in their lives now.
Yeah, this one's a lot closer than we've seen in the previous round. I mean, a lot closer. But Sydney Dingoes here definitely have an opportunity. But this B site, when it's a solo on its own, is very difficult to take, especially when you're up against a team like this who's got Seymour. You can just get 2 kills like that. And just like that, 3 players off the board. The spawn trap already going to get started here. Seymour pushing through. No one paying attention to the side spawn. Seymour calling these players out. Just trying to be a little bit annoying in favor of his teammates here. But Elfie trying to push up the middle of the map. Is going to get a kill, which could help a little bit, but is going to get taken out immediately. So Sydney Dingoes do touch the point temporarily, but now they're down in lives by 3. 40 seconds remaining, stuck in the back spawn. No one really pushed up at all.
I'm sorry, you might as well chalk this if you're the side of the Dingoes. I don't mean to be, or I don't like want to sound like a mean guy.
I'm telling you right now, my
just...
PC is randomly turning off. I think my internet went out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So see. Whoa! But like, you got Seymour in your face, man. The guy's 20-9 on a 5 streak. He's just having fun at this point. And again, if you're the Dingoes, you're trying to hit these routes. They're just ultimately not failing. Zaren doing a great job, and now it's up to Viticus with a sub in hand. He knows somebody is nearby. Okay, does find one, but with 1 second left, has to challenge the point. And Denver, they just close out that map 3, which I will say was very quick. So it's going to be fun to see the match time.
I mean, that might be the fastest control I've seen in all of Black Ops 6.
7 minutes.
That's insane. That's insane. I mean, shout out to Denver here. I mean, Sydney Dingoes, you can't fault them. I mean, they were trying. You could tell they were trying to get that one broken back open, but it could be a little tough to see a team like Denver, that is, be able to utilize him to just like do his thing and just be a monster. But P1 of Protocol Hardpoint is going to be kicking off here. Both teams going to be trying to converge on that P1. We'll see who's going to be able to be the one to take it. Just like that, Zareen going to get the first 2 kills on the P1.
Yeah, and the man's picking up right where he left off. And ultimately, we're seeing a flip already, which, again, that's what I talked about. If you have a player, you know, kind of hit that outer zip line and try and get top window control, that's what's going to cause the flip. Ultimately, Sydney Dingoes not able to win their first gunfights. They caused the flip on accident that did put them in the hole, as now Denver up to a 16-5 lead. I will say this team, I feel like, again, this is a team from the side of Denver that likes to get mixy on hills. I don't want to say they don't rotate. It's just almost like at certain times they're okay with chowing hills late and then ultimately winning their gunfights on the front side of hills.
Really what it is they like to try to let their mid-map control that they like getting on every map kind of flow into the rotation. Like, if they're already there, they're just going to hop over there, try to lock down those spawns. But if they're not, they're willing to just kind of let it happen kind of naturally as they flow on over. But this P2 popping up, Denver had initial control of the spawns and the full setup. But Sydney Dingoes, they get the flip. They are trying to attack it right now, but Denver's trying to still on time, getting the kills they need. Tune's just being Tunes, right? Still hasn't fixed his streaks for us yet, so no cruise missile come from him no matter what, which is the case for most of these Denver players. But they are piecing it up right now as they're just holding down the middle of the map. The beamer is crazy.
Yeah, but this is the hard point about this P2. I'm not gonna lie. If you get bullied out from the backside, it is so hard if a team is able to layer their defense in the middle of the map. If you have an AR on top windows like that, if you have an AR on this big gunny right here, it's hard because you're spawning more or less towards like the bottom right of the minimap, and you have to funnel through that area. So it's just huge because, again, I think you said it right. Sydney got there first. Denver win their gunfights, break it from the front side, and then they get like, what, 40 seconds of clean time going their way. So, yeah, it's just insane to see that. As now they already have the rotation for this P3 hill as well.
They've got P3, but they do lose 2 players in the process there. They're going to have those close spawns, so Seymour and Co. just have to get a couple kills on the board. Just try to be nice and careful here with Sydney Dingoes. Getting a couple kills here and there, but Denver Surrender, there we go. The kills going their way once again. They get a little bit more map control. Leviticus, though, he's trying to stay alive. I like him just trying to stay alive, wait for his teammates to get back, pushed up through the middle of the map, but that might have just been able to beat just enough time to bait his teammates out on accident there. Is this going to be a 60-point lead now for Denver Surrender and Climbing?
Man. I mean, hey, Seymour,
Got the road.
making sure everything is locked on the flank, and I love this. He's already overextending to the middle of the map. Unfortunately, he gets traded out. But again, look at this. I think Denver is prioritizing rotation a little bit more. They're at least sending one person there every time to the new hill, and it's number 7. Brother Jammer got to get some help there, man. You know, he's like the PB&J to this team, the glue, the Mr. Do-It-All, the plug and go.
He does a phenomenal job of it as well. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he does.
Now, Sydney Dingoes trying to push on into this P4. They do get the initial kill, but guess what? Zareen and co. gonna be there. Zareen, who's actually tunes on the map, does pick up a couple kills there. Zareen himself does push in, get one as well. Gonna frag
Big
himself
nade
out
right
just
there.
for good measure. Make sure nobody sneaks in from the rafters or anything.
I guess. The man hit the fucking
Dingoes.
wall. That's crazy. Sorry. It was funny. The man...
Happens. He's just good at shooting, man. He's not good at throwing nades. Not his fault.
It does.
He's always fumbling with those nades. You know it is. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Now, brother Jammer able to find a nice 2-piece, and
That was tunes.
it was Tunes.
That was
Sydney
tunes. The names are all messed up on that side.
yeah. Well, Sydney trying to break that from the
It was
boat,
just
isn't able to
crazy.
find
Look at that
anything.
chopper in the back. Oh my gosh.
And I'm not gonna lie, Denver, they're just having their way on each hill. We talked about how, we talked about like P2 is kind of a money hill for the teams that spawn Lighthouse. Denver doesn't care. They win it through the front side. P3, they get the rotation. They hold it on lock. P4, they do exactly the same thing, which again is more or less a hill that I think goes in their favor, especially with the way Tunes and the way Zarin play as the subs. So they're having their way. But as we head back to this P1 hill for the second time, Sydney Dingoes are set up in a nice position with the help of Helpa. You know, living up to his name, that teen helpline, man. It's coming in handy. Is now 18 seconds should go the way of scrap time, but Tunes is gonna have something to say about that.
That was just terrible timing on Helpa. Oh man. It happens, right? If you just held that angle just a little bit longer, you've seen those players coming out of spawn. But it is what it is. That's part of COD, right? Sometimes you're going to get bad timing. But Denver Surrender up to 163 points. Almost have a 120-point lead, but not quite yet. Sydney Dingoes once again here. Still in this game. They're on the P2 trying to get some time, but the real Zareen going to get a nice kill on the point. Start getting the time back in favor of his teammates. And the real brother Jammer as well with the AR in hand. Doing his job on top of the steps. Ooh, watch out for Helpa. Don't mind. Seymour, who's Tunes, who's actually Seymour, Tunes, Seymour, brother Zareen. Who's who?
Yeah, I don't know who's who, but it doesn't matter. They're all shooting, so they're doing something right. It doesn't matter what role each player plays. They are just nailing it to perfection. As Seymour basically faked that guy out. I don't know how Helpa didn't find that kill because he shot him the first time and he did a little ooh, and that kill goes their way. I will say Sydney Dingoes fighting this P2 a little bit better. It's been a little bit more choppier, but nonetheless, this is kind of a do or die break hill for them. They need it badly as they are down 100.
Yeah, down 100 and a little bit of a nightmare scenario going on, but they've got an opportunity to get themselves back in this one. I like this from Alfie, just trying to be assertive, get that little bit of mid-map control going, but the back spawns might be in question here. As instead of Denver Surrender, opt to play for those a little bit. Sydney Dingoes still lock those down, no problem. He's breaking in from the front side here, gonna pick up 2 kills just like that, looking for a third. He gets the health back. He's gonna be nice and careful though. The Jacqueline in tries to go for the beat down, but does go down. But he does get a little team kill in his favor though. Might help out with the secondary push here. Look at the split we have from Denver Surrender. 68 from the back, 7, 8, and 6 from the front. All trying to push in. Leviticus, though, going to take down 2 just like that. This one's going to get broken right back on open in favor of Sydney.
And I don't know if it's like, if they're rattled from map 3, but it's almost like Sydney Dingoes, I don't want to say aren't taking into account the timings of things, but if we look at that last break right there on that P3 hill, everybody from the side that, like, I think it was like a Viticus or Alfie was able to find a nice double piece, keeping that hill in their favor. But blah, 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 blah. But the way Denver was able to kind of rally to that point off spawn, it was just so quick that Cindy wasn't expecting it. So then ultimately, 68 was able to find a wrap, find a nice 2-piece, keep it mixy for a little bit. And now we're heading into a 4th hill where, again, this was dominated by Denver. The subs came to play. They were able to dip and dive, slipping out. And ultimately, they're, what, 40 points away from winning this map?
Yeah, it's crazy because Denver is just pace, and they are
Yeah.
outpacing Sydney by a very, very large margin. You could tell this is the way Denver likes playing. They like playing at a high tempo, just in your face over and over and over, beat you down, beat you down, beat you down. Especially when you have players like Zarin, you have Seymour, you have Tunes, who are just go players. While Brother Jammer is perfectly willing to just kind of sit back, relax, do his job, right? And he's great at his job. Anyone who gets by dies. But you have players like Zarin, he's 33 and 13 on an 11 streak, just absolutely popping off while his teammates get time, right? We get the rotation of P1, and he's already ready to go to lock down the spawns for P1.
Yeah, and I love that you brought up Brother Jammer. Yeah, that is why he runs LAN's event. 12 and 23. I mean, hey,
Look at that time.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying he's an OBJ man, but you always got to have one on the team.
Look at Tunes time, though. Don't look at Tunes time.
As now 7 seconds left to win this game.
That defeats the narrative.
Seymour basically just firing at will, keeping these Sydney Dingoes off of the point. And hey, Denver surrender. They go to 5 and 2. Sydney falls to 4 and 3. Ultimately, again, both teams are in the playoffs. It just decides seeding. I don't know how that falls out. But other than that, both teams are locked in the playoffs. If you're the side of the Dingoes, don't worry about it. Take it on the chin. Move on next.
Yeah, definitely as far as seeding is concerned.